Good morning. I hope everybody had a great holiday season. I took 3 days off from making the videos, taking the classes, just to kind of, I felt like I was in a real overload mode. Thursday, Friday. By Friday afternoon, I was just like, my brain is too full. I'm going to take a few days off. I did not take any time off for meditation, of course. That's my sanity. So I had a great holiday season, and I have to say that I think every day can be like Christmas. People are probably like, Arlene, seriously, come on, get real. And what I mean is just in our approach and how we feel and our preconceived notions of what's going to happen at any particular moment in any situation. And there could have been absolutely no gifts exchanged whatsoever over the last 3 or 4 days, and I still would have had the exact same experience that I had. Do the things that I was given add value to my life? Absolutely. I'm going to have a new stereo system in my truck. I got that for my birthday. You think every time I'm rocking out, I'm not going to enjoy it? No. I'm going to absolutely enjoy it, and I'm going to think my honey's the coolest guy around. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is just the mindset. And we get all prepared for these holidays, and I think that there's a mixed bag of experiences for Christmas. I found that out this year, asking people questions about what Christmas meant to them. And I found that there's a lot of people who experience a lot of pain and loneliness during the holidays. So me saying every day could be like Christmas doesn't sound very welcoming to those people, so I'm sorry if I'm being one-sided on this video. It's a mindset, and I'm learning that across the board in all these courses and everything I'm taking, and how people are getting to that mindset's a lot different than how I'm getting to it, and some people are getting to it the same way that I'm getting to it. But it really is, it's really a mindset. We really think that the mind is ours, and we associate to it, and we relate to it, and you'll talk about, that's how I feel. That's my truth. It's what I think. Must be me. Must be real. And meditation has really created that separation from me and my thoughts. And it doesn't mean that I don't think. I think all the time. Just I can see which thoughts are taking me to a place that I need to go, and which thoughts are just trying to hold me back. I have that total separation. Like when I'm in meditation now and I'm sitting there, it's almost as though the mind is actually sitting outside of me and I'm watching it. It's almost like watching a kid play, or somebody else is having a conversation with me. It's not me. And so there's bits and pieces in that conversation outside of me that still is my mind, that I can be like, oh, that was brilliant, I love that, I'm gonna take that. Or I can be like, oh, that's garbage, I don't really want it. So I'm really seeing my mind as something, outside of me. And it's created a separation. So, I watched some minds race this weekend. I saw one person like severely caught in a loop, and I just thought about myself. I was like, I was there in August. I was so there, and that's why I wanted everybody to like join me, and just take that 5-10 minutes a day for yourself, because it will change you and it will change the world around you. It'll change your perception of what's going on, and then you'll act differently. And there's a lot of resistance to meditation. And there was for me too, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't know how long I was listening to Kyle Cease say, sit with yourself, sit with yourself, sit with yourself, until finally I was like, well, maybe I'll try that. And, I just really enjoy that my mind does not run my life. It helps me, absolutely. Yeah. And my mind helps me. And although I'd like to believe that the most creative parts of me aren't actually coming from my mind, they're coming from my heart and my soul. And, you know, the body has a lot of intelligence without the mind. There's so much to support it. For example, the stomach sends more messages to the brain every day than the brain sends to any other part of the body. What do you think about that? Exactly. As well as the heart started beating in a fetus. The heart starts beating at about, I think, 3 months for the fetus. I'll have to look that up to be exactly sure. And the mind doesn't develop until way later in the pregnancy. And what's beating the heart? What's taking in the oxygen? What's moving the blood around? What's forming your limbs, your fingers and your toes? It's not the mind. The body has its own intelligence. So I like to think of my creativity as coming from my body and my mind really just being the racket in the background. Tony Robbins does. I watched he was a speaker at an Oprah Winfrey event. And he comes out in the beginning and he's talking about people, and he's talking to the people about the thoughts that they have, and he tells them to write down their most troubling thought. The one that bothers you the most, the one that pops up all the time in your mind. And he proceeds to, you know, talk to them about other things, and he's talking about energy, and it was absolutely an amazing YouTube video. I really, really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. I can't think of the exact name of it, but it's on my page. It's one of the liked videos on my page. It's an hour and 45 minutes long, so it's quite a commitment for people who aren't just all like, give me more, like I am right now. But it's life-changing. Just that hour and 45 minutes it really sent a message to me that, yeah, you're getting results because you're doing it right. But it took me months to get to where he took people in an hour. So I've been muddling through the process and paying attention to what feels good and what doesn't feel good and stepping into my greatness every day. But the example I want to share is at the beginning, he tells everybody, you know, write this down. You know, write down this thought that's the most troubling thing, the thought you think of the most, and goes through the whole hour or so. And then towards the end, ask somebody to read that thought. You know, he just calls on somebody, would you like to share that thought? And I don't remember exactly what the thought is, because I'm really good about retaining some stuff and leaving the other stuff because it's not mine. I don't want to carry it around. I got a lot of good stuff. I'm not trying to carry the bad stuff. So I don't remember exactly what she said, but then he asked the audience. He says, who else has this thought? And like 98% of the room raises their hand. It's what they wrote down. And he looks at everybody and he goes, do you still think they're your thoughts? They're not your thoughts. They're not yours. Stop making them yours. Stop making your thoughts a reality in your life and just see them for what they are. It's somebody else's thought. There's thoughts floating around all the time. Stuff randomly pops in our mind and then we add all this value and meaning to it. And then it's just who we are. No, it's not. Knock it off. So not being caught in the loop of my mind or everybody's mind, it's a collaborative experience for real. Really made this holiday season a body experience instead of a mind experience. And I just felt alive and supercharged, and it was really exciting to step outside of everything I've been doing and actually just apply it. And it was effortless. There was a part of me that thought, oh, I'm making all this great progress right now because I'm not being triggered or, well, that wasn't very fair, huh? You guys have watched a lot of videos of me being triggered. That was just silly. Wow. There was a thought I was carrying around, didn't realize I was carrying it around. I want everybody to find their they're zen, whether it's meditation or drumming or exercise or yoga. I've been practicing, I've been trying a little bit of that, man. That yoga's not for the faint of heart. It's not much of a mind clearer for me yet either. I'm in the middle of an exercise and I'm just like, I think I'm gonna die. All my worst thoughts come up in yoga, so I'm not sure if that's much of a mind clearer for me. Maybe it's because I'm doing an extreme yoga. Yeah, let's not start small. Let's go all in. Anyway, the message today is, once again, meditate, meditate, meditate. You guys can only take 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And it's not, you can't do it just one day a month. You know, that's like showering one day a month. You're going to stink the other 28 to 30 days a month if you only do it one day a month. The mind is going to be mucky and muddy if you only do it once a month. But even if you just want to play around with it and instead of in a moment of like anger being reactive, just stop. Close your eyes. Find your breathing. And don't associate with the thoughts that come up. Just kind of let them come and go. Don't be out in traffic trying to stop the cars. And it sounds a lot easier than it really is. But even if you can't calm the mind in that 5 to 10 minutes, I guarantee you when you open your eyes, you are going to be less angry than you were. So even if you don't do it good, because there's times I don't do meditation, quote unquote, good. There'll be times I'm in there and I'm like, whew, you were distracted the whole time. But there's just such a warmth, even on the most distracted days, there's like a warmth that goes over my body, and it's like sitting in a truck that's been sitting, or vehicle, I associate everything with the truck, sitting in a vehicle on a cold morning, cold winter day, I should say, and it's been sitting in the sun all day, and you get in there and it's just like, it's like you're just warmed all through your layers of skin. And yeah, it's like that towards the end, even no matter how distracted or crazy I am during meditation. There's just always a warmness, a peacefulness that just kind of, we got this. So I'll say it again, meditate, meditate, meditate. Oh, I love you guys. I gotta go. Landscape, landscape, landscape. Hope you guys have a great Tuesday and you're not experiencing the holiday hangover too bad. Be nice to yourselves and I'll see you tomorrow. My clicker's not gonna work.